I'm Johnny Gamet. Thanks for watching Bruins 360. Let's take a look at what happened last week for our Bruins teams. Last Friday night, the men's basketball team faced off in the Battle of the Bruins against Piedmont International University. BJU took the lead early on, maintained it throughout to win the game 86-72. Kyle Turner's 25 points clinched the victory and propelled him into the record books as the first Bruin to make 1,000 career points. The Lady Bruins played Tennessee Temple on Saturday afternoon, and despite a back-and-forth game and a late second-half comeback, the Bruins came up short and the Crusaders won 70-65. Earlier this week, we sat down with Noah Smith of the men's basketball team. He's our Double Alt Bruin of the Week.
For all your legal needs, call Brian Ramey and Associates, 864-295-0000.
All right, I'm here with Noah Smith of the men's basketball team. Noah, thanks so much for taking the time to join us. Appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about this is your first year with the program. You were out of basketball last year on a different team the year before. Actually, one of the funniest pictures I've seen was, a couple of years ago when we're playing against Appalachian Bible College, and two of our guys are guarding you, and who would have known 2 years later you'd be on the other side?
I'm grateful to be on the other side, actually, yeah. It's enjoyable.
So talk about that journey. Talk about what the Lord did to bring you here to Bob Jones.
That was very interesting, coming out of high school, playing for a really good high school, and that was an interesting story in itself. Same story, I came to high school in my junior year and got to play again for two years, and so I kind of feel like I'm back there again. But out of high school, I wanted to play football, and that kind of fell through, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to school. So I went to school my freshman year and at Concord and decided I need a break. I need to go get some Bible back in the life, and so I went to Appalachian for the year, and I actually got to play sports as well, which was really encouraging, and got my year there, which is all I wanted. And I went back to Concord for science, and my sister went with me to Appalachian, and then she came here. And the whole time my mom wanted me to come here, and I was like, no, I don't want to go there. And it's funny how God works, because here I am today, and after a year at Concord, really decided that I wasn't just not liking the school, I didn't need to be there. So I needed to be here at Bob Jones, and that's what happened.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about being on the team. You bring that year of experience, but it's still kind of your first year. So how do you balance that with some of the younger guys on the team where they're like, well, look, you're learning the system just like we are,
yeah.
but still you're a veteran player.
Sure. It's a mix, honestly, even in my head. I feel like I've been there, done that to some extent, and then it's also been a year for me and getting back into the conditioning and then the extra work that goes into even a day of being an athlete and a student at the same time it's challenging, but it's a joy, and I enjoy, especially coming with these freshmen. These guys are good guys, and they're enjoyable to be around, and I think we have meshed better recently, but I thought from the beginning, I thought we were doing pretty good, and it's just been a process, Everybody says we're young, and that's true. I feel like I've grown up, and I feel like the guys that weren't veterans have grown up a lot, and next year will be exciting, but we're going to finish out strong this year too.
Yeah, you're the old guy on the team. That's what
I am the old guy. This is my second year, but I'm definitely the old guy.
Let's talk a little bit about your role on the team.
Sure.
You starred some games, especially more recently now,
yeah.
Whereas at the beginning of this year you were more coming off the bench. So just talk about that role and how you, especially from the outside, you've been kind of the three-point specialist for the team as well
Sure.
as getting inside the last couple of games, and just how you view your role is for the team.
Sure. I mean, that's a funny topic, because I think every player when they first come here, especially when all the jobs are open, and then it's almost just a way to roll with it. We got to figure out what's going on, and early on I thought, you know what, I can help this team a lot for the experience, and you realize that you got guys like Dustin and Marshall who they don't need that much help. They're doing pretty good themselves, so you back off a little bit and you kind of figure out what's needed. And I think recently it's been the addition of driving and being able to kick to these guys. I feel like I may have been uncomfortable at the beginning of the year to come out and to do all the facets of the game, and I think I just relied more on being a three-point shooter and the struggles you could obviously see throughout the year, and that being up and down, but trying to be encouraged by my coaching staff and being able to talk to them and realize that basketball is more about other things than just three-point shooting. And so trying to be able to get to the basket, get to the foul line, be able to assist, get some rebounds, and that opening up is the stuff I enjoy doing outside the arc.
Let's talk about, I mean, I know the big goal for the team is region playoffs, to at least get that one region win.
Sure.
What do we got to do to get there? How's the team preparing to get to that spot?
Sure. I think the last couple weeks we've really been seeing the fruits of our labor really come to our fruition, and that's been enjoyable. I think it's positive mentality. Mm-hmm. You have to be positive. If you're losing games, it's really hard to maintain that, but we've seen some success, and we have to bring it in practice. We have to buy into the system 100%. We have to buy in on defense every possession. We've been talking to Adam Bradley, and his thing was buy into every play, every set. You know, then every 4 minutes, then every 10 minutes, every half, then the whole game, then the whole season. You know, everything can just be brought back down to such a little thing as a play or a rebound. And those decide games. And these games that are coming up, that's what decides those games. So we have to win the rebounds. We have to get every rebound. We have to get every loose ball. It's not just about knocking down shots and the overall. It's definitely about the minuscule things that we do.
All right, well, we're excited to see you guys the rest of the season. Thanks again for taking the time.
Thanks.
Now let's take a look at what's coming up for our Bruins teams. On Thursday, the men's team travels to Central South Carolina to play cross-state rival Southern Wesleyan University. Then on Saturday, both the men's and women's teams play in their final home game of the 2015 regular season. The women take the court against Southern Wesleyan at 5 p.m. and the men play at 7 o'clock. Join us for a special night, as it's senior night. We'll honor the 4 seniors of our basketball teams. Thanks again for watching Bruins 360. As always, you can join us anytime at bjubruins.com. Also download the app at the App Store or the Google Play Store. Just search BJU Bruins. I'm Johnny Gamet. Thanks for watching.